Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am back. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com, hopping on to do my third and final project for today. So again, thank you so much for tuning in with me all day and stamping with me. I really appreciate it. Again, I hope everyone is well. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, come stamp with me. However, I won't lie, there's wine in this. So grab your wine or grab your beer, whatever you desire. Okay, so we're going to get started. So today, the last video was something I wanted to try for a long time. And I decided why not do it today. So I prepped a little bit of stuff here, but we're just going to wing this. And then you're going to want to stay tuned to the end, because the end I am going to be giving away to 2 lucky winners that tagged and shared my videos. These 2 little sets from the Paper Pumpkin. If you missed my earlier videos, you can go back and watch them on Facebook as a replay, or you can go to Stampersdelight, all one word, on YouTube, and just subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you won't miss any of the upcoming videos, okay? And again, I hope everyone is well. This is a great way to stay connected. If you'd like to learn more about my online classes that I have a few with Donna Gray in Australia. Just go to Stampersdelight.com and you can read all about that. Plus, there's a free online tutorial with the timeless tulips, and place a $50 order through me and you will get that card kit free. Again, I must say, give us some time because of the post office and everything being slowed down, okay? All right, so I see we got quite a few people on. Hi, Pam. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Fran. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so here's my monthly host code. If you want to order through me, you can use this code, but I always want to caution you, if your order is more than $50, more than $150, don't use the code, because you want to be your own hostess and get the hostess points, okay? We want you to get everything you can with that order. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to try was stamping on, using napkins as your background. Now, I've seen this done before. The problem was that a lot of them use the adhesive sheets, and Stampin' Up! No longer has these adhesive sheets. So, yeah, I have some left, but I wanted to be able to do something where if you didn't have the adhesive sheets, you would still be able to do this project. And I came up with an idea. Now, it's not foolproof. Nothing ever is, but I think they came out pretty good. So first, let me show you a couple projects I did with it first, and then I'll get stamping, okay? And if you have any questions, just, chime right in and let me know. I'm going to move this up a little bit so I can remember where I am here, because I did zoom in a little bit. And I want to make sure you can see these. So this is one of the ones I came up with. This is a napkin back here, a napkin background. So is the little chick. This little egg half right here is from the Dino Days. Well, not the Dino Days, but we're going to be using Full of Happiness, okay? Full of Happiness has those 2 little eggs, and that's a stamp. But the great thing is the Dino Days coordinates with it, and there's hopefully I put it back in here. There is this thing that looked from the eggs. Yep, there it is. This die, I didn't put these on my magnetic sheet yet. This die from the Dino Days or Dino Roar bundle goes with Full of Happiness. Okay. Whoop, that fell out. That's all right. We don't need that. So again, this is Full of Happiness, and with Easter right around the corner, I figured I'd use that. So I'm going to bring it up closer so you can see the background is a napkin. Cute little Easter card. And I didn't even have to cut the little chick out. He was already on the napkin. And of course, I got a nice little bow there. The next project that I did it with was another napkin, and I actually love this napkin. Look at the hummingbird. But again, I'm still using the Easter set because that looks like a spring card. Again, the background is a napkin. And then you always brighten my day. May your Easter be filled with happiness. You always brighten my day. Never too early. Easter is right around the corner. Okay, so let me show you. Well, I'll show you a couple other backgrounds that I did, and I haven't put them together yet. I just was playing around with them. This is a nice fall napkin. Look at that vividness of it. This one I love with our mint macaroon. Look at that. And then this one I put some Tombow on the front of it and added some glitter for St. Patrick's Day, but of course you can see I never finished it. I was just playing around with different ones. All right, so let me show you how I did this. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you two different things. This napkin is a 1-ply napkin, and that's what you need. You need a 1-ply napkin. And then I'm just going to take, I'm using my ribbon scissors only because I really want to get this. It doesn't have to be straight because I'm going to be cutting it off. Okay. So here's the rest of the napkin. And of course I already used one side of it. So you take that, pull it apart. This one, which is a beautiful napkin too. You'll see this one later on. This is only 1-ply. Oh, maybe that one was 1-ply. This one's 2, right? Yeah. Okay, this was 1-ply. So I can use that this way. This one's 2-ply, you see? So I'm going to pull that off. I don't need this part. And what I would do is, again, I would cut. Now I could get 4 cards out of this as a background. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. Okay. So then what I do is I grab, you want to use a larger piece than what you're going to use. Okay, so here's the white that I put the napkin on. Okay, but you see the white is a lot larger. It's easier to work with a larger piece. So again, I'm going to use my silicone mat, and you can see I grabbed my Stampin' Up! Newer one. And what I did was, just got to find my one little piece of something that's missing here. Okay, that's the one thing I need. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to take my Tombow. Here's where, instead of using an adhesive sheet, I'm going to just put a bunch of Tombow on here. Kind of smush it all around. Now see, the Tombow is all over. And what I had here was an old plastic card. And I probably cleaned it right. You know I'll find it afterwards, because that's the most important thing here. But since I don't have it, I'm going to use something else, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let me grab it. Actually, this works just as well. What you want is, you don't have to have like a credit card or anything. It can be anything. This is my business card. I tried using a bone folder, and it's just not thin enough. You want something thin. And you're going to just swipe that right across. This is why you're using the silicone mat. You want to get that glue down really good on your cardstock all over. It's a little messy, but you want it real even. Okay? And you got to work a little fast because you're doing a thin layer and it does dry. Not real fast, but you want to get it on there before it starts drying. Then I'm going to take the napkin and I'm going to lay it right over top of it and gently press it out. Push it out, getting any wrinkles or bubbles out. Now remember, it is a thin paper napkin, so be careful with it as you're pressing it around. Now with the other side of the card that I didn't have glue on, you can also press that out. This is where you can actually use your bone folder. Okay. And it's starting to bubble a little bit. That's okay, because it will dry. And you're just going to smooth it out. Very gently smooth it out. Drag it down. There we go. See the bubbles? I don't know if you can see it, but the bubbles are coming right out. And then you're going to set it aside to dry. When you cut this, that's when you're going to cut it down to the size that you want. Okay? I see a lot of people have done the napkin technique. What I'd like to know is, did you use Tombow? That's my question. Okay, so here's one that's already dry, and you can see it's nice and flat. There's no bubbles. The napkin is larger than the paper, and the paper is even larger than I need. So what I would do, and this is how I found works the best way, okay? Once I have that done, I'm going to trim some of this off, and you can go right to the card, or your cardstock there, because you're not going to want that. And just trim that off. Just be careful. Okay? Because you're going to cut some of this off. Okay, so we're going to, oh good, a lot of people never seen this before, so new technique for you. Something fun to try while you're home. Go out and go and find all your paper napkins, right? Okay. Now, what I think is the easiest way, because remember, it's still a paper napkin. When cutting it down, I do it on the back side. So now I want this to be, let's say, 4 or regular size. So I'm going to cut this here. Because if you do it on this side, you'll get a ragged edge. Then I'm just going to trim off a little bit more here. So do it on the cardstock side. And then the same thing here. Now, I usually want this at, let's say, 5. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 here. And then I'm going to flip it around and move it up to the 5-inch. And get a nice crisp edge with that. Like I said, I played around with it, and this is the best way I found to cut that. And there's your background. Yes, a lot of these napkins came from either the Dollar Tree or the Christmas tree store. So, I've already done this piece, so let me just bring in my piece that I've done. And then I layered it on a piece of Rococo Rose, and you can see I just have a little edge here. Okay? So you're just going to layer that on whatever color you want. I've already gone ahead and done that. I'm going to bring in a thick Whisper White. I'm going to go ahead and score that. I will tell you with the napkins, because it starts getting kind of heavy, my suggestion is either tear tape or Tombow. And then I'm going to layer this right here. I'm actually going to flip it around because I just got a little messy thing on there. And I'm going to layer that up. I'm going to actually use tear tape, I think, because I don't want to have to wait for the glue to dry, and it will take a few minutes for it to dry. So I want something real sturdy. Snail is not going to cut it. So I'm using my tear tape. So again, this is one of those times that it's, up to you which one you want to use. But I don't recommend snail because it is a heavy top. Now, once you have this card all together, you can put a thin coat of Tombow, real thin Tombow, on the front of it, and you can add glitter. That's what I did with the St. Patrick's Day one that I didn't finish. With everything happening, I just never got around to it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to adhere it to my card base. There we go. Oh, yes, Regina Ann, I'm so glad you found me. She says, I finally found you. Then with our rectangle dies, I'm just going to layer some more onto here. So I'm going to take this, and pray I get it right, because I don't think I made an extra one. I'm going to go ahead and take that cute little bird or little chick. I'm going to ink this up. Move that out of the way for a minute. I'm going to ink him up. I always like to give him a little twist. And I'm just going to hold that down for a second. Let the ink set in. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in his little feet. What color did I do his little feet in? Oh, yep. I did it in the soft suede. There we go. Missed a little spot there, but that's okay. It's all good in stamping. I am going to bring in his little eyes. I think I'll do his eyes in black so they stand out. I have my memento here, so I'm just going to grab that. And his little eyes are going to go right here. There we go. I think I missed a little bit. I kind of got him off-centered, his little eyes. But I don't think you can see it. So, you know what? Let's turn it around and do it again, because I can see it. So let's do it again. That's why there's two sides to the paper. And you see how that's light and dark. I love these kind of stamp sets. The distinctive stamp sets. Okay, I'm going to put my head in here. I'm going to make sure I get his feet right this time. There we go. Now, let's see. I think his eyes have to go this way. So let's do it the other way. You might see my eye, or my head. My eye. There we go. Perfect. I don't think you're going to see my eye. You can tell I'm getting tired, right? Okay. He is such a cute little guy, isn't he, Carolyn? Okay, we're going to take his little beak. I'm just going to put that right there. Look at it. Now, if you have this set, there is a little, like, I thought there was something on my stamp, and you're not going to be able to see it. I almost thought my stamp was cut, but it's not. It's just a little white piece, and that's so that his beak looks like it's open, and that does go towards the bottom. If you have the stamp set, you'll know what I'm talking about. At first, I thought there was something wrong with it. It's not. Okay, so we have that now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use glue dimensionals on this. And see, I'm like everybody else. Make mistakes, flip it over. Go ahead and ask all your questions. What paper is the egg paper from, or did you stamp it? Okay, Elizabeth, if you're talking about that, watch the beginning of the video. That's a napkin. Okay, it's a paper napkin. It's not designer series paper, although it looks like it. We're going to put this right here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, and he's a little heavy too. So I think since I have my tear tape, I'm going to put tear tape right here. And I'm just going to put him over to the side. Like that. Cute so far? All right. Now I'm going to bring in my Rococo Rose. And I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to do You Always Brighten My Day. I have a piece of scrap piece of white here. Let's see if this works. And I'm going to bring in my punch. This is one of the new punches in the mini catalog. Oh, that's okay, Elizabeth. Okay, and I'm just going to punch that out. There's my little saying. And that's going to go right up here. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals for that. Okay, so that one is just, let's see, do I want to add anything else? I think I'm going to add, yes, I'm going to add to the front, even though these aren't Rococo Rose, they're nice and pink, and I like the pink. So I'm just going to take some, I'm not going to take the bigger ones, I want the smaller ones. I'm just going to put a couple of these glitter dots. And the colors just happen to, oh, that one doesn't want to come off. Colors just happen to go so well with this. Put this one right there. Whoop, right there. Right there. So it actually looks like you're, oh, there's a purple one. Let's give them a purple one down here. I want that little one. These are really stuck on there good. Let me just put him over to the side. And then on the inside, I am just going to stamp the "May your Easter be full of happiness." That's in the Rococo Rose. Now for my stamp here, did I keep my markers out? I didn't think I thought I did. Yeah, there they are. Okay, for my inside, I'm just going to grab whatever markers I had out, which happen to be these. I'm going to go ahead and color this guy. And that's how I did this egg, by using the markers. Now, these are not blends. These are our regular markers. With the yellow one again, and making sure I'm, oh, my light is still green. That's a good thing. And then I'm just going to put some blue up here. I'm going to bring in my mat. I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to huff on it. And I'm just going to get the angle, just the side of that. And there I have my little egg, the outline of the egg. So there's the first card. Isn't that cute? And if I wanted to, I could put some more dots. Maybe I will. Let's see. I think I want some more of those green ones. I'm in the green kind of mood here. So you know what? Let's put a couple more there. Maybe I put too many, but there. I think that brings it out. Okay, so there we have a cute little Easter card. And again, remember this one. And these are all napkins. This one is adorable, I think. All right, so let me show you what else I have here. I've already gone ahead and done the napkin part of it, but I'm going to change up the colors and change up the napkins. So this one I'm going to bring in. Now I am using the Whisper White, the thick Whisper White, because I'm using all those as my base. I'm going to go ahead and score this. Whenever I use the thick Whisper White, I do use this. Definitely want to use the scoring tool on your paper trimmer. Makes it a lot easier to fold. Okay. And then you can burnish it. That's right, Nathan. Nathan, my man. There's never too much bling. Here's that pretty napkin that I showed you that I absolutely love with the butterflies. So we're gonna do it this way, I guess. And of course, I already showed you how to do it, and I've done these ahead of time so that they were all prepped and ready to go. Now, since everybody's stuck home, I know you're all going to be going through your cabinets looking for all those extra napkins that you haven't used. I actually was looking for, I always have extra Christmas napkins, and I really wanted to use that and try it. But of course, I didn't have any. Going to go ahead and layer that one right on here. Make sure it's nice, down nice. And that's on Pretty Peacock. So I've got my strips here. I'm going to take this, my ink. I'm going to take the Pretty Peacock. Don't forget to share my videos. Go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep me busy, okay? All right. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to do it right about here because the pieces are longer than I need. May your Easter be full of happiness. And then I have this strip right here, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Now this I'll use snail. Yes, isn't it amazing? Patricia was saying how the colors work with the Stampin' Up! Colors, and they do. And when I bought them, I mean, I just liked the colors. And then I brought them home. And, of course, we have so many colors. I knew I would find colors to go with it. I'm just going to put that right in the middle of this one. Put that right in the middle there. This one I don't think I want. I think I'm going to use rhinestones. So let me grab my Christmas rhinestones because I want to take a little bit away from all that. I want to use something a little bit lighter, so I'm going to use these. Bling it up a little bit. So I'm going to put one there. One there. Whoop. One there. And let's throw one right there. Just a couple little rhinestones. And then, of course, the inside saying, I will use again. I'm going to do that in the You Brighten My Day. And there we have another one. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sharing my video. So if you can see that real close, look at it. I mean, you can tell it looks just like designer series paper or background paper. I am doing well, Linda, and I hope you and your family are too. So let me just move this one out of the way and bring in the last one that I want to do. And then I'll bring them all back in, and then I'll be picking my winners. Don't forget, if you'd like to get a card from me anywhere in the world, just send me a message or email me your address. I got quite a few already. I'm going to be picking a few names to send some cards to. Again, so this is the Thick Whisper White. So I'm going to go ahead and score it. Fold it and burnish it. And want to see the next napkin? This was one of my first ones, so it's a little ragged on the edges, so I'm going to fix that. My cute little bunny rabbit. He's going to layer right on here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to get rid of that little ragged edge there. So I didn't want to waste it. Yes, I could redo it. Absolutely. But when you get that far with a project, you want to figure out, well, how can I save it? That's actually how I figured out to cut the napkin on the cardstock side instead. Some of these I didn't, and that's why they got a little bit of a raggedy edge. So my mistake is a teaching moment for you. Oh, sorry, Karen. Actually, I was on 3 times. This is my 3rd time today. Okay. So there's my cute little bunny. I'm going to bring in a piece of blue and another strip. I don't like that strip. Some of these strips are a little off. So I want to make sure I grab a good one. This is a good one. All right. I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to bring in Blueberry Bushel. This is all a light blue, so now I want to make that stand out a little bit. So I'm just going to, you know what? That one is a little off too. See, these are my scraps. I love to use up my scraps. That's okay, because I'm going to be cutting it anyway, I think. Let me find a better one. Oh, yeah, there's some better ones. I always have my strips up here near me. Ah, there we go. Put that right about there. And then this one is going to go right in the middle here, so I'm going to snip that off. And I'm going to layer the blue down here so it has a border. And what happens is you don't see that ragged edge. That's going to go right there. So I'm going to just snail that down. Cover up that edge. And then just put this one right over it. Oop, a little too long. Got to snip some of that off. Does it fit now? Nope, still a little too long. You notice I don't like to measure too much. Alright, we'll just cut some hem off over here. There we go. My scissors are getting gooked up here. Okay. It's going to go right in the middle there. Okay. And then I'll bring in a couple more of those little rhinestones. Do I want rhinestones? Yeah, I do. I just seen what I was going to do. I'm going to put one right there. One right there on that flower. And how about one right there on his bow? His little bow tie. And then for the inside, again, sticking with the same stamp set. Of course, I could use my other Easter set, but I'm sticking with the same stamp set. Can't turn it off, so you'll be coming back to work. Okay, Nathan. You can't turn me off, and Nathan's got to go to work. Well, bring me to work with you, Nathan. There you go. So that's my stamping on paper napkins. Now, I know, don't tell me you're not. You're going to be going around your house looking for the paper napkins. So let's bring them all back in again so I can show you. And I'll post still shots in a little while. Here's that one. And we've got the cute little bird, the little chick rather. And we have another little chick. I love this one. I love them all, but he's so cute coming out of there. This is another one of my favorites. And then again, just to show you the backgrounds real quick again, because I won't make still shots of those. Here's one I played around with that was a Valentine's Day. This one I tried to put embossing paste over it. It's too thick. Here's one, the first one that I played around with. He was off-centered. This one I like. It's got some glitter to it if you can see it. That's St. Patrick's Day one. And you could put the saying right across there. Again, these napkins were either the Dollar Tree or Christmas Tree store. These two are still two of my favorite ones also, and I'll be doing something for the fall with those. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Let me just flip the camera. Thank you so much for tuning in again. And I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it until the end. All 3 videos and nothing froze. So I'm so happy. So now what I'm going to do is pull the names for these 2 stamp sets. And I thought I would do it live. So the first one is actually going to be this one. This is the extra paper pumpkin one with a little basic gray. And I do have a post-it note here so I can put their name on it. Now, when you hear your name, you got to send me your address so you can get this, okay? And I have my little felt, for the love of felt, with everybody's name in here. I just figured I'd do it live this time. I mean, I always do it live, but I do it on the computer. Carol Grove. Carol Grove. if you're watching, send me your name. Send me your address because you won this one. Now remember, anybody that wants a card, just email me your address. Okay, so this one is Carol Grove. And we will put that over here. And let me grab the next one. I'm going to dig in the bottom. Okay, dug way in the bottom. Let's see who this one is. Sharon Manning. Sharon Manning, if you're on, send me your address. You won the other stamp set, which I just had it here. I really need to stop. Oh, there it is. Stop videotaping. I'm losing my way around here. Okay, so that was the one with the little boots and all that, and the gray ink spot. So that goes to Sharon Manning. Now again, I have gotten some of your emails and your messages, and most of you I have sent back a message saying I will be sending you a card. So just give me some time to do that. Actually, the reason, it's not really just what's going on out there and thinking the post office is slow, but my husband is my postman. He takes everything to the bank and does all my, runs to the post office, and he's not home. All right. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today and stamping with me. I really appreciate it. Stay well, everybody. Okay, and have a great week. And I will be back here Friday morning, my regular time, Friday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be well and keep on stamping. Bye.